I'm far from being a very good Elden Ring Nightreign player, but I played so much that I think I found some paths that are gonna net you the best XP and gear for facing the challenges of the end bosses of expeditions. Hi, this is the Noob, and I'll be showing you today what I think is the best gear and experience route to take in Elden Ring Nightreign. And if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. This is probably a good starting point, but together we can figure out the actual best route to take when playing an expedition in Elden Ring Nightreign. And if this video helps you, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. So the first thing you must do when you start an expedition, whether solo or multiplayer, is kill the nearest group of mobs. That's gonna get you enough XP to get one level, which you can get at the nearest grace. Now, every time while I'm still flying with the eagle, I look for these icons of churches or forts and pick one the closest to the place I'm gonna land at. Churches are great because they house these really easy to kill bosses depending on the expedition you're on. There are either gonna be bosses outside. There's going to be a hole in the ground that you can drop down into and find the boss in the cellar. Or there's going to be this big giant dude that's easy to kill if you hit its legs and avoid its hits. Killing the boss here and just the boss is going to give you enough experience to level up one more time and unlock uncommon gear for your character. And you're going to get an uncommon weapon that's going to be useful for moving forward. Now, if you've landed close to a fort instead of a church, this is a great place as well because forts also have an easy boss to kill. It can be an Iron Maiden or a knight on top of the fort. And these forts are important because on the top of the fort, behind the knight, if that's who you got spawning in the fort, is this chest that always drops a stonework key. These keys open galls and start a boss fight, which is easy to do as well and will get you another item and more XP for you to get geared up. So if you land next to a fort, clear out some of the mobs, kill the boss, and then go to the chest, fetch the key, and your next stop is going to be the gall. Next, I always look at the churches close to the circle so I can pick at least one health potion up just in case. And then while running around getting to the church, if I come across a cave, that's a must-visit destination. So enter a cave and run past all the mobs, you don't want to kill any of them, and find the boss in the cave. Once you locate the boss and dispose of him, he will drop a smithing stone level 2. This is very important because that's going to bring your DPS up enough to face pretty much any enemy on the map. Now that you have the smithing stone, you will be able to use it at a vendor's anvil. You can come across vendors all over the map, but the sure spot for vendors and anvils to spawn is the castle in the middle. So if you're running around the map, go make a visit there and upgrade the weapon that you want to purple quality. This will give you enough DPS to face any enemy. By this time, the first day circle is going to start closing in and you will have to go fight the boss. To summarize, you would have done one fort or church at least, preferably 2 of them, a cave, got 1 potion upgrade, and maybe squeezed in a gall in between. You will be around level 5 or 6 facing the first boss and you should be able to defeat it. With groups this is even faster because you can take on harder challenges, but still I think even the group should be following this path at the beginning. For day 2 I would recommend getting the rest of the flask upgrades and killing everything along the way to get more gear and more buffs. But be conservative with your time because your real goal during day 2 is the big fort in the middle of the map. The fort houses regular enemies that drop high amounts of runes. So clearing out this place is going to level you up at least 2 or 3 levels, up to level 11, 12 or even 13. So you'll want to clear out the fort as much as you can, as many tough enemies as you can, even maybe reach the top of the fort and defeat the end boss there for best prizes in the game. The top guy gives you 90,000 runes, which is a lot. This will be your day 2 in its entirety. class upgrades in the fort in the middle. Now go face the day 2 boss and get ready for the Night Lord. Before the Night Lord, you should make a decision whether to level up or get some tears. Tears are gonna save you from dying and they're used as consumables, so you pick one out in your inventory and press up on your D-pad to activate it. If you find that item at the merchant that revives you for one time at least, that's a thing that you must buy before leveling up or getting any tears, and then do everything else. And all I can say for the end boss is good luck. I think this strategy works for both groups and single players, and if I gave you some information that's new for you and you found it useful, please consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and that's all your noob had in store for you. I'll see you in the lands between.